Hey everyone! Have you ever wanted to talk about your plans, your hopes, your dreams for the future with a Russian-speaking friend? Well, today we're going to unlock exactly how to do that. We're diving right into the Russian future tense.
So let's just start with a simple question. How do you talk about what you're going to do tomorrow in Russian? It might sound a little intimidating, but trust me, by the end of this, you're going to have two really simple, really powerful ways to do it. So let's get started. Okay, first up, we're going to look at the most common way to talk about the future. Seriously, this is the one you're going to hear all the time, so it's the perfect foundation for us to build on. In Russian, this is called будущее время. It uses a form of the verb быть, which means to be. Now, the easiest way to think about this is that it's just like using the word will in English. It's for saying something will happen. A really simple and powerful tool to have.
Let's see how this actually works in a sentence. I'll say it nice and slow, and you can try repeating it after me. Ready? Ты будешь работать. That was great. That means you will work.
Let's try another one, this time for we. Мы будем путешествовать. Awesome, you're really getting the hang of this. And that, of course, means we will travel. Okay, so now we know how to say what will happen, but what if you want to talk about something you're actually planning to do? For that, we've got another fantastic tool in our toolkit. For this, we use the verb собираться. This is your go-to when you're going to do something. Using this verb really signals that you've already made a plan, you have an intention. So imagine you've set aside some time later today to curl up with a good book. You could say this. Give it a try with me. Я собираюсь читать. Perfect. I am going to read. And what if you know your friend has a big project they need to finish? You could say, Ты собираешься работать. Excellent. You can hear the difference, right? It just sounds so much more definite, doesn't it? So let's just break it down side by side. You want to think of bit for those general future actions, things that will just happen. And you'll use собираться when you're talking about a concrete plan you've made. Getting this distinction right is absolutely key to sounding natural. Right, so making your own statements is one thing, but how do we actually use this stuff in a real conversation? Well, let's take a look at how to ask about someone else's plans for the future. Here are 3 questions you will use all the time. First, to ask, what will you do tomorrow? You say, Что ты будешь делать завтра? Next, to ask, where will you go in the summer? Куда вы поедете летом? And finally, to ask, when will they arrive? Когда они приедут? You master these 3, and you'll be starting conversations in no time, I promise. Now that you can talk all about plans, let's try something a little bit different. Let's talk about making predictions. This is the fun part, where you get to be a bit of a fortune teller. And you know what? Making a prediction in Russian is surprisingly simple. It really just comes down to a couple of key phrases that you can pop right at the beginning of a sentence to show that you're just sharing a guess or an idea. And here are 2 of the most common starters you'll hear. The first one is думаю, and the second one is наверное. See? Simple, right? Let's put one of them to use. So just look out the window. Are the clouds getting a little dark? You could say this. Let's try it together. Думаю, будет дождь. And just like that, you've made your very first prediction in Russian. How cool is that? So, here's how you can build your own predictions. It's just 3 easy steps. First, pick your starter. Then, number 2, add what you think is going to happen, like он придет, which means he will come. And third, and this is the most important step, say the whole thing out loud. Okay, now it's your turn. I want you to take just a moment and think. What do you think will happen tomorrow? Try to form a sentence using думаю or наверное. Go on, give it a try right now. And there you have it. You've just unlocked the future in Russian. You now have the tools you need to talk about your plans and make predictions. You did some amazing work today. In our next explainer, we're going to dive into the prepositional case. I'll see you then.